Hello, and thank you for joining me today for your practice. Today we're going to be moving through first a pranayama or breath practice, followed by a meditation practice. So in the practices of yoga, there are many different ways to approach how we move the breath, how we move the body, how we work with the mind. So the practices of breath control or pranayama are vast. Prana means life force, our vital energy, and yama is to control or restrain. So pranayama is this direct connection that we have to working with our nervous system. And what we'll do today is a soothing pranayama. So one thing to know about the second pranayama we're going to do, and I'll get to this once we're right in it, is that if you are in a space that's cold, I would recommend bundling yourself up a little bit because it's a slightly cooling practice, but it does have a very soothing benefit. So that's why we're going to do it. You'll notice I've got a little blanket over my feet just to stay toasty and some long sleeves on. And after the pranayama, we'll move into a meditation practice. So the two combined are a very sweet way to work with first the nervous system and then directly with the mind. So make sure that you're seated comfortably. You could be on the floor. I'm on my meditation cushion, but you could be on a blanket or a pillow or sitting directly on the floor. You're also welcome, of course, to sit in a chair. If you need to lie down, you can lie down if you're not feeling well. If you have the physical capability of sitting up, that would be recommended so that you can have a nice tall spine and an opening of the lungs, and so that the energy channels of the body can run freely and smoothly. So let's begin. Let's start by closing the eyes. If you don't feel comfortable letting your eyelids close, take your gaze down toward the floor in front of you so that the eyes can fix on one point. And just start to notice your breathing in and out. And notice what you bring onto the mat or your meditation cushion today. I think it can be beneficial to take your internal temperature, just check in with your environment. Has it been a difficult day for you so far? If it's the end of the day, did you wake up with energy and brightness? Did you wake up feeling a little bit down if it's a morning practice for you? And just knowing that anything and everything that you bring into your practice is helpful. Right? It's where we are, and this is where we start. So starting to let your breath deepen a little bit at the back of your throat. And if at any point during the pranayama that I'll offer you, you feel a sense of overwhelm or that you can't get enough breath, just drop the technique, breathe naturally, and you can join back up as you see fit. Trust yourself with what you feel. Start to breathe all the way out, bringing your awareness down toward your pelvic floor. And I'm going to have you simply follow your breath. That will be our first task, is to breathe in and imagine your breath going from the nostrils and passing all the way down through the lungs, to the ribs, to the belly, to the pelvic floor. When you breathe out, imagine that breath rising from the pelvic floor, through the belly, to the ribs, to the heart, all the way up through the lungs and out through your nostrils. That's your task right now. For a handful of cycles, breathe in your mind's eye from the top all the way down to the bottom. Breathe out from the bottom all the way back and up through the nostrils. And when you breathe in, can you imagine those lungs growing to accept the breath? Your diaphragm dropping down to let the lungs enlarge. And when you breathe out, the diaphragm lifting up to help press the air out of the lungs. A couple more cycles of breath so that the mind starts to move into this flow, in and out, in and out. When you get near the end of your exhales, can you press out just a tiny bit more air? And being patient before that exhale becomes an inhale again, going all the way to the top of the inhale. Being patient and letting it turn to an exhale, full, complete breaths in and out. Good. You can release any specific focus here. And we are going to do our specific pranayama for today, which is called Chandra Bhedhana. Chandra is moon. It's the moon piercing breath. So let's open the eyes for a moment. And I'll instruct you on how you're going to use your hand. I'm going to use my right hand. You use your right hand. And we'll take a mudra called Vishnu mudra. So you take your peace fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger, and you're going to bring the peace fingers into the center of your palm. That will leave your ring finger and your pinky finger to connect to one another. And those two fingers bend a bit, as does the thumb. So you've got sort of this little clamp that you're going to put around the sides of your nostrils. And you'll go right above the little hard cartilage there into those points, the end of your nose. There are energy points here. And what we do is keep the fingers connected the whole time to close the energy circuit. Chandra Bhedhana is a breath that goes in through the left nostril and out through the right nostril. In through the left nostril, out through the right nostril. So that's the simple cycle. And it brings fresh energy or prana through the left energy channel of the body that runs along the spine. And this is associated with our more moon energy, our lunar cycle, what is relaxing and decompressing for us. And so that is where we will flow for a couple of minutes. If this is too tricky for you with your hands, don't worry about it. You can just take your fingers and go either side of the nostril. But what I would encourage you to do, either mudra that you take, don't open your fingers up like so as we open. I want you to try to keep the connection with your fingertips, the skin, the whole time, okay? And try not to turn your torso, so shoulders forward, head and neck are neutral. So create the seal with your fingertips, and then from here, close your eyes again. Breathe in through both of your nostrils. Breathe out through both of your nostrils. Close your right nostril and inhale through your left nostril for 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both nostrils, then open the right nostril to exhale for 2, 3, 4, and 5. Close the right side, inhale through the left side for 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then breathe out through the right side for 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the right in through the left for 2, 3, 4, 5. Close both, open the right side, breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the right, inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the left, out through the right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the right, inhale left side, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the left, exhale, right side, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please continue breathing in through the left each time. Breathing out through the right each time, same. In through the left, out through the right, every breath. Finding a cadence and a volume of the breath that feels full but not exaggerated. And if you lose track, just start again. Breathe in through the left, out through the right. In through the left, out through the right. The next time you breathe out on that right side, you can release the mudra with your hand, keep your eyelids closed or your gaze down. Come back to a natural breath in and out through your nose. And just notice the effects of Chandra Bhedhana, the moon-piercing breath that has a cooling quality to the mind. It helps us to draw from our external environment to our internal environment. And then we'll move into our meditation. So we'll use a mantra today to keep us in the flow, to keep us focused. As you breathe in, you'll silently repeat to yourself, so. As you breathe out, hum. The mantra is so hum, S-O-H-A-M, so hum. This is the mantra of the breath. So representing the inhale, and prana, an upward rising energy. Hum representing the exhale, and apana, a downward grounding, rooting energy. This is the mantra of the breath. So as you inhale, feel that prana rising. Silently say to yourself, so. As you exhale, silently hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. So. Hum. Letting your mind be captivated by the mantra for a couple of minutes. When the mind starts to go off on a tangent, bring it back. Let the mantra help you here. Inhale, so. Exhale, hum. And then the next time you breathe out with hum, let the mantra go. Bring the palms of your hands together and just notice, maybe bowing into your heart. And recognizing that these are practices that are meant to support you to come back to day after day, to help us during these turbulent times to turn inward, to remember that there's a steadiness inside that's always there no matter what's swirling around us. So I hope that this practice was helpful for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.